We check in with KTBB owner, General Manager Paul Gleiser, and you tell me what's in your mind, sir.
Good morning, Garth. We are sponsored by KE Cellars, Tyler's Old World Style Boutique Winery in the French Quarter on South Broadway across from the mall. First things first, let's talk about the best way to get the most from You Tell Me. The best way is to share these posts together with your comments via your social network. We make it super easy. Just go to ktbb.com/youtellme, and you'll find the buttons to share this feature via Facebook and Twitter. You'll find the option to subscribe to these posts. You'll see the email options, and you'll see the links to the YouTube for the YouTube video version. And, of course, the option to leave your comments. Your comments are important. This is a conversation, not a lecture, and that's why we call it You Tell Me. I first floated this proposition back in the summer of 2008, and at the time, it did not draw any comments at all. But that was then, and this is now. The so-called Bush tax cuts are set to expire, and Republicans, together with more than a few panicked Democrats, are bucking the Obama administration and pushing to keep the Bush tax rates in place beyond their expiration on December 31st. President Obama so far opposes this initiative, particularly for those in the upper income brackets. So, Mr. President, I have a test of your sincerity on this subject. According to information from your 2009 tax return, you and Michelle had income of about $5.5 million. In very simple terms, your tax liability on that income using current tax rates was about $1,890,000. But if the Bush tax rates had not been in effect, if your tax liability were calculated based on the rates you believe we should have been paying all along, your tax liability would have been about $2,145,000, a difference of $254,900. So write a check for that amount, Mr. President, and send it to the following address: Gifts to the United States, U.S. Department of the Treasury, Credit Accounting Branch, 3700 East West Highway, Room 6D17, Hyattsville, Maryland, 20782. This office exists, Mr. President, because in 1843 the Congress enacted a law making it possible for patriots such as you and Michelle to voluntarily give money to the United States. If you feel that you're being undertaxed, you can simply make up the difference on your own without having to wait for the Congress to change the rates. What a great way for you to lead by example, sir. And here's the best part, Mr. President. You can spread the word to all your rich liberal friends to do the same thing. That way the rich, which must include people in your rarefied circles, can pay their fair share, as you call it, irrespective of what Congress does. But you'll forgive me, sir, if I don't hold my breath waiting for you or Steven Spielberg or Al Gore or any of you elite liberals to voluntarily write any checks. No matter what the tax rates are, all of you are going to do what you've always done: employ your respective armies of tax lawyers and accountants to do everything possible to minimize what you pay. Meanwhile, sir, you'll keep pandering to the Democrat base by demanding that some amorphous cohort of white Republican rich people, who are in greater reality guys who own car washes, insurance agencies, auto repair shops, and plumbing companies, hand over their money instead of keeping it and spending it or investing it as they see fit. If you and your elite liberal buddies won't lead by example on this, Mr. President, you have zero moral standing to make demands on those that actually produce income and pay taxes. And that's why your party is going to lose badly in November, sir, and why your presidency is, for all intents and purposes, finished. That's my word. What's yours? Go to ktbb.com/youtellme, and you tell me. This feature is sponsored by KE Cellars, but it's important to remember that the KE of KE Cellars stands for Keepersol Estates. It was the superb dining experience and the outstanding wine selection that Keepersol Estates brought to Tyler and to East Texas that set the predicate for KE Cellars and for all the things named Keepersol that followed. So here's something that I recommend. If you have never enjoyed the outstanding service and cuisine at Keepersol Estates, or if you have, but it's been a while, go to keepersol.com, KIEPERSOL.com, click on the restaurant tab, and make a dinner reservation today. I know that we're all watching what we spend, but I'm convinced that Tyler is leading the way toward economic recovery in this part of the world, and by gosh, we've all earned a nice dinner out. And nice it will be. Prime beef, hand-selected seafood, magnificent wines, and impeccable presentation are coin of the realm at Keepersol Estates, so much so that if you're not totally delighted, send me your credit card receipt, and your dinner's on me. You just can't lose. Keepersol Estates. Find them online at Keepersol, KIEPERSOL, Keepersol.com.